What is your conclusion about my very severe treatment of yours? Harsh treatment. Huh? What you felt?
I didn't think about it, Swami. I didn't think about it.
You must have felt I have changed.
I don't feel you have changed, but I would feel that certain things you have misunderstood about me. Like when you say I'm a Chinese spy, Chinese agent or Chinese spy, that is totally not true. So that's the only thing I feel is that there are certain things about me which you have misunderstood. Just like the Chinese spy thing. Other than that, I didn't think much about the
Chinese spy, and then what more?
And then when you say I'm playing games, I think in the past I did the mind was playing games in the past a lot. But I think I have changed already. Now I don't play games, Swami.
Have you become miserly?
I have not become miserly.
Okay, now stop. When you want to know what is going inside the head of the person, then you have to dig deep. You have to pinch. You have to put the injection, iron rod, many things. Then things will come out. You may not be Chinese spy, but you are behaving like a Chinese spy. So somewhere the Chinese is inside you. It's a funny country, a mad country, China. Yesterday I was seeing a video of China that if you like injure someone, hurt someone, then you will have to pay for the damage which you have done. So I saw many videos where Chinese were like, someone is just touching them or pushing them little bit and then they're falling on the road, or someone is just going hitting something, some vehicle, some car or something intentionally to claim the money. And then I saw about a person that I forgot exactly what happened to the woman, but she was hurt on the road, and the one person, he saw that she was hurt, so he took her to hospital and spent about whatever. What is the Chinese currency?
RMB.
Huh?
RMB.
RMB. I don't think so.
There's nothing to
Chinese. Why you said that? It is yen, so why you said that?
In Chinese, we call renminbi.
Don't talk to me in Chinese. I know yen. Okay, so this is the Chinese. So that man took the woman. I think maybe he paid 400 yen. Her hospital bill. But I forgot exactly what happened. So maybe she had some injury or something. So some fracture or something happened to her. It had nothing to do with that man, because he has only seen her being hurt or hit by something, so he took her to a hospital. But later on, that woman claimed that this man has done it. So she claimed for a big amount of money. So it went to the court, the case went to court, and it was decided in the favor of that woman. So he had to pay maybe 65,000 yen or something like that, very big amount. So this is Chinese attitude. Maybe that's why no Chinese help each other. Huh?
So, I want to tell you something. I think when you told me that there's something wrong with the Chinese DNA, I feel that dishonesty is very much in the Chinese blood. Dishonesty.
But when I'm telling all those things, I'm not saying Indians are, because it's Indians are different, very different. They are very great. There is something wrong with the Indians also. Otherwise, how they could have become slave for such a long time, and how still people are able to disturb this country. If people are being bought here, if though the country was divided, it was partition, still if that was the root cause, that Hindus and Muslim cannot coexist, then how they allowed Muslim to remain here? So it was all done by their so-called great Mahatma and their uncle Chacha Nehru. Father and the uncle collaborated in the conspiracy, and the country is still suffering. But if you have accepted such people as your leaders, there is something wrong with you also. If the world is declaring that Gandhi was a Mahatma, they may have their own vested interest. They wanted such kind of people just because if you are making a country slave, those country, they don't want violent revolution. They don't want these dictators, these foreign rulers to be thrown out in a bloody way. So Gandhi's ways was very much suitable to them. He will be just going into hunger strike or whatever. So in this way, the ruler is not at all affected. He will throw some crumbs at you, some chunk at you, and that will be advertised. Mahatma was successful in getting something. And this man was not at all non-violent. He was the most violent man possible. The way he dealt with his wife, with his sons, he was an absolute dictator. And they had already decided that this country will be partitioned. They were just keeping people of this country in illusion. Gandhi declared that if partition happens, it will happen on my dead body. But he did nothing at that time. And the way it happened, millions of people were butchered. How many thousands or millions of women were raped? It could have all been avoided if they were not hungry, and if Jawaharlal Nehru was not hungry for power, and this Gandhi was not interested in being being regarded as a great saint who could unite both Muslims and Hindus. These things could have been done in a far better way, in a very smooth way where their violence could have been avoided, like what Modi did now. The Rama temple was built and there was no bloodshed. Article 370 was removed from Jammu Kashmir. There was no bloodshed. He managed this demonetization process where he stopped all those 500 rupees notes and 1000 rupees notes. But there was no bloodshed in that. So if your intention is good, things can be managed in a better way. And people can be fooled very easily. Mother Teresa, for most of the people, she is those who are fashionable kind of people, those who look things very superficially. For them, she was very compassionate. She was compassion incarnate, mother of compassion. This is how media projected her. This is how they advertised her. But the truth is that if she wanted to serve people, hungry people, starving people, take care of them. There were so many Christian countries. Why she came to India and to Calcutta? It was also a very fixed kind of match. She went to Calcutta, which was ruled at that time by the communists. So maybe she also had some kind of deal that you allow me to do social service here and I will turn all these orphans into Christians. And they will vote for you. When they will become old, they will vote for the Communist Party. The Communist Party was never interested in Hindus. Because if you are a Hindu, why you will vote for the Communist Party? You need to be nearer to atheism. Or you need to believe in other religion, which is minority in India, like Christianity, Muslims. They can vote for Communist Party. Because their intention is to somehow to one day to grab the power here. For them, this is not their country. I was just hearing to a famous journalist, Pradeep Singh, a famous Hindi journalist. So he was comparing all the prime ministers of India. So he said that whenever there was some crisis, all the previous prime ministers, mostly they failed in managing it. When there was oil crisis, then Indira Gandhi, because it was international oil crisis, so she could not manage it. So she declared emergency in this country. And then she suppressed even your right to live, your freedom of expression, your freedom of speech. She put all the important opposition leaders into jail. She tortured them in a very cruel manner. No one can speak anything against the government. So she became an absolute dictator. That also shows that if once women get power, they can prove to be far worse than even men. Because if you see in India, She was the only prime minister to declare emergency, where she suspended the constitution and she took all the power in her hand. And what the monster Banerjee is doing in West Bengal is another example that women can be very ruthless. They can be far worse than men, and especially those people who are not very feminine. Even Indira Gandhi was quite manly, and this woman has not, no one knows that she ever got married. Monster Banerjee. She has no children. So a woman who is not a mother can prove to be very dangerous. So beware. You can prove to be quite dangerous. Because once you are mother, at least something natural, oxytocin, what is it? It's called oxytocin. The hormone is released.
Maybe oxytocin.
That's how the milk happens to the mother. So then you become emotionally more alive. So if you are not a mother, if someone is not a mother, she will have to give birth to herself. That is what Osho meant when he addressed his female sannyasins as ma. That means she will give birth to herself. So if you are not a mother, and you are not giving birth to your consciousness, then you can prove to be very dangerous. In the same way, all other prime ministers in India, whenever there was some crisis, they failed. But the greatest crisis, the greatest troubles has happened at the time of Modi. Corona happened. India created vaccine. It not only provided to all its citizens, it is such a big country, where whole West was failing. India could in a very orderly manner, they could vaccinate the whole country. Not only they vaccinated the whole country, they provided it to other country, that also free. No other country could do it. And India had no such experience. Their hospital, everything was not so world class, but they managed it. All because of Modi. Otherwise, if there was any other prime minister, who knows how many deaths, maybe 5 times more, 10 times more death would have happened. And then all these corrupt politicians, they would have not made a vaccine at all. They would have asked for some Western vaccine, either from America, Pfizer, or Chinese vaccine. That would have killed more people, and that would have disturbed the health of the people also, because their side effect was far, far, far worse. Indian vaccines were comparatively far better. And then when he did his demonetization, that also, he managed it so well. People had to stand in big queues to exchange their money. But there was no violence. Then the Ukraine war also happened, Russia-Ukraine war. But he could keep the price of the petrol very manageable. In this time of crisis, India's economic rose. It defeated Britain and became the fifth topmost economy in the world. When Modi took the power, India was considered as fragile five. The economy was in such a bad state. Fragile five economies of the world. and it was number 10 at that time. It was number 10, now it is number 5, and in few years it will be number 3. So, and almost everyone, if something very drastic happens, otherwise Modi is almost, it is certain that Modi is going to be the next, again the Prime Minister this time also. Perhaps that will be the record for 3 consecutive time. And his popularity, instead of decreasing, has increased. That also may be very few politicians in the whole world. You are ruling for 10 years and your popularity, instead of going down, is going up. It's very, very difficult even to manage a family of 4 or 5 people, and you are the head of the family. People will be grumpy. Your popularity rate will go down very much. But if you are managing a country which is about, India's population is about perhaps 1.5 billion at present. I said 150 billion, then I thought what I said. So to manage such a big country is a miracle. So he has a blessing from existence. That's why though he has more enemies than any other head of states. Everyone wants him to go, but he is rock solid because existence is with him. That's why I praise him, because this man has changed the country in 10 years so much. If you are a person who has only complaints and complaints, then you will, even God comes, you will just be complaining. Even if you are in heaven, you will be complaining. But when it took the reign in his own hand, the situation of this country was so bad. It was a lost case. Anyone who could manage, they were running out of the country. Everyone was totally hopeless. There was no sense of dignity. People had lost self-respect. And in the West, India was considered as very corrupt in every sense. Now it's respect everywhere, wherever. If Indian goes, they are respected more than any other country. Because Modi has helped any country which is in crisis, he has helped. And he has settled so many things. And another good news is that the whole Arab is changing. It looks like in few years they will become more Hindu. Maybe more Hindu than Indians, because that is how things happens. That when you are going to one extreme of the pendulum, then you cannot remain there for long. You have to go from this extreme, you will have to go to that extreme. Now, what is his name? Salman, Saudi Arabia's crown prince. Mohammed bin Salman, something like that, his name. He is again allowing 3 goddesses which Arab used to worship before. Manat, Lat and Uzat, I think this is the name. Because he says that was our tradition. So Islam is the religion. Their fundamental thing is that they are against idolatry. If you are allowing those things, and you are in United Arab Emirates, they have already built a temple, very, very big temple. Because now they have become intelligent. They know that their while is going to be finished in few years. So they're they are becoming smarter. How they will maintain their economy. So they know that if there is temple, Hindus from all over the world will come. And there is a lot of possibility, slowly they will become converted to Hinduism. Because Gita is becoming very popular in all these Islamic countries. It's really unimaginable. These things they cannot even touch before. For them, this is to allow temple to happen, there is a shirk. Shirk, it is the greatest crime possible. To compare anyone with Allah. Shirk means you are comparing. So you are allowing temple worship, you are allowing Hindus' God to be worshipped. And they are themselves going there. Even they are praying, they are doing kirtans. They are breaking all the rules. The kind of fanaticism that is in Indian subcontinent among Muslims. They are becoming more and more lenient, more and more softer. But these people are becoming more and more fanatic. But once they stop giving them all the funds and supports, then they will also starve. If they are not getting weapons and money and everything, they will become toothless. And if they are not doing anything, if their whole intelligence, their whole brain is going into destructive side, they will remain uneducated, untalented. So they will become like worthless people. So either they have to also change. And now they have an Abrahamic accord in Arab countries with the Israel. It was managed by Trump. So now United Arab Emirates, their communication, their airport, their sea, their their money account and all those things will be managed by the Israel. So all their enmity is going to end. That's why they didn't support very much this Hamas cause, this Philistine cause. Whatever they were saying, it was just to befool all fanatic Muslims. But it is the Iran which is supporting these fanatic organizations, these terrorist organizations, Hamas, Hezbollah, and all those. These are all Sunnis organization, and Iran is a Shia organization. So you see, these people they are so contradictory. They will be fighting among each others. They will be behind each other's head. But they can change any moment. Now Iran wants to be their leader. Because Iran wants to fight with these Arab countries. Because they are enemies. So they are using Sunnis terrorist organization to do terrorism all over the world. Earlier on, it happened that Iraq attacked Kuwait. So the American soldiers, they went to Kuwait to help Kuwait against Iraq. But the Iranian government said we should not interfere because they are Sunnis. And America is Kafir. Let the Kafir fight with Sunnis. Let them kill each other. So they are so inimical towards each other. But their time is over. They will all convert either to Hinduism or Christianity or Buddhism. Islam is a out of date thing now. Only those who are real criminals, Only those who are part of criminal gangs will remain in it.